The film begins with an exorcism ceremony, where an innocent young child is being exorcised. Flashes of that scene are shown on TV. When a demonic spirit takes over a person, there are 3 stages. The first stage is presence. In this stage, the spirit merely makes its presence felt, as if making itself felt nearby. The second stage is suffering. In this stage, the spirit enters the person's body and gradually begins to take complete control of the person. It takes over their mental and physical abilities. The third and most terrifying stage is surrender. In this stage, the victim completely surrenders themselves to the spirit, completely submitting to it. The final and most terrifying stage is possession. In this stage, the victim completely surrenders themselves to the demonic spirit. They completely submit and surrender. With this, the demon absorbs a part of his soul, meaning it completely absorbs his soul. The story shifts from scene to scene and focuses on a man named Jewel. He is working in a car garage when he sees a shadow. In that scene, he takes out his medicine and swallows it, after which everything returns to normal. Jewel was very fond of making sculptures, but the sculptures he created were not normal. Instead, they displayed strange and dangerous expressions. Jewel then returns home and meets his son, Mason. Joel had a maid to care for his son, Mason. She was very kind and responsible, and somehow Joel also liked her. The story also reveals that Joel's wife had died in an accident, so he became a single father and loved his son very much. At night, Joel puts his son Mason to sleep with his toys, and then goes downstairs to start making his own scary figures. Just then, he hears some strange noises coming from Mason's room. He goes to investigate the noises and finds Mason sleeping peacefully, but his toy camper is standing there, with one eye closed, and this sight strikes him as very strange. The story then shifts from the scene to the prison, where Father Lambert is seen. He is the same man who performed the exorcism ritual on the child at the beginning of the film. But during the ritual, the child dies unexpectedly, leading to Father Lambert's imprisonment. People were protesting there, so that Father Lambert, who was imprisoned, could not be released. At that very moment, Father Michael also arrives. Observing the crowd, he explains to Father Lambert that he should stay away from them until everything settles down and the people calm down. He also reveals that Father Lambert has been removed from his position as priest. He sees some strange and frightening things around him. Meanwhile, Joel is with his doctor, Maya. It is revealed that Joel suffers from schizophrenia, a mental illness. Joel experiences problems seeing shadows and hearing strange voices. He has difficulty recognizing reality and distinguishing between reality and imagination. So he goes to Dr. Maya for treatment and carries a camera with him so he can see the difference between imagination and reality. He was showing Dr. Maya evidence through the camera that, when he goes to work or is out and about, a caring woman always stays with his son, Mason, and takes care of him. During this process, Dr. Maya kept checking repeatedly whether Joel was able to take proper care of his son even after this illness. Meanwhile, Father and Michael were in their home, where they were about to review the record of human activity, which showed some events and deaths from the past year. Because there were some unusual things there, they wanted to understand and learn about them. Then Joel called his son, Mason, for dinner. When Mason didn't come down, Joel went to look for him and was surprised, because Mason was talking to someone, but no one was there. When Joel asked his son, he nervously said, "Dad, don't ask about him, he'll be very angry." Joel quietly went into the room and found some old papers lying there. Then he felt a sense of presence. Mason came from behind and said, "Someone's here," but he calmed him down, saying, "No, there's no one here. There's no one there. There's no one there." After some thought, Joel calls Dr. Maya and asks, "Is schizophrenia hereditary?" Maya replies, "Nothing is certain. It may or may not be." Maya asks Joel, "Are you talking about Mason?" But Joel ignores her and ends the conversation. Upon returning home at the dinner table, he receives news that Mason's caregiver has been accepted to a university. This further endears Joel, because their financial situation is tenuous and they can't afford to hire a new caregiver. If they don't hire a new caregiver, the government could take Mason's care away from them. He didn't want that at all. Mason then becomes angry with Cassie, and she starts to leave. Cassie is deeply frightened by their behavior. Just as Cassie is about to leave, she sees a chair moving. Seeing this, she becomes very frightened. Father Lambert, meanwhile, was studying the recording. He discovered that the evil spirit was repeating a word over and over again. That word was, "in menu feel galley," but he couldn't understand its true meaning. It seemed the evil spirit was hinting at its next victim. Father Lambert was trying to figure it out. Meanwhile, Joel was looking at job advertisements in his notes, so he could get a good job and earn enough money to hire someone to care for Mason. But then suddenly, all the things in Mason's room start flying and falling. Joel then asks him about all this. He slowly, using gestures, explains that a mysterious being had done all this. Joel was very frightened because he believed his schizophrenia was hereditary, and now Mason had also become a victim. He then gives his son a camera and asks him to take pictures, so that he too can discern truth from illusion. Joel then goes to see Dr. Maya. Maya asks Joel about Cassie, her caregiver. Joel falls silent in confusion upon hearing the name. Maya then realizes that Cassie has left Mason's care. Maya gives her some time to hire a new caregiver, and she will come to her house in a week to see if she has hired a new caregiver. On the other hand, when Cassie goes to see Father Maciel, she tells him everything. She says that Joel and Mason's behavior seemed very strange last night, and that she also senses something strange in their home. Father Lambert was also present. He asks Cassie for more information about Joel and Mason. Cassie tells Father Lambert that Joel's demeanor has changed significantly since his wife's death. He has completely stopped interacting with people and prefers to be alone. Father Cassie advises Father to visit Joel's home and inquire about their situation. Father Lambert understands from Cassie's words that the evil spirit's next victim is Joel, because he is a craftsman and has the skill to carve stone and wooden statues. Because the evil spirit was repeating this name over and over, it meant something. Meanwhile, Joel is at home with Mason. He begins seeing strange shadows again. At night, Joel hears strange, spooky noises. He goes to the bathroom and starts taking pictures with his camera. Suddenly, the camera captures a dangerous creature, which heads straight for Mason's room. The next morning, Father Lambert and Father Michael are heading to town. On the way, Father Lambert also begins seeing strange creatures. In fact, some time ago, he had exorcised a little girl, and during that time, her spirit encountered that demon. Since then, Father Lambert has been seeing scary creatures everywhere. As soon as Father Lambert and Father Michael arrive at Joel's house, they knock on the door, but Joel, unconscious from the hallucinations from the previous night, is still there. He struggles to get up, but the stairs are so weak and rough that climbing them is difficult. Father Michael is forced to break down the door, go inside and pick up Joel. Father politely explains that this place is filled with negative energy. Joel, in fear and panic, runs straight to his son's room. Joel tries to talk to his son, but he remains unresponsive. Father Lambert explains that a demon named Belton is now trying to possess his soul, but Joel refuses to believe him. Father gradually explains that this demon, nowadays disguises its presence as diseases and science, so that people cannot detect its presence, and it completely dominates its victims. This demon can only be controlled through the process of exorcism. Father Lambert and Father Michael consider a specific time appropriate for this task. During this time, they will be accompanied by Dr. Hawkins, who will assist them in case of medical emergencies. While the doctor is examining Mason, everything initially appears normal, but as she looks behind him, she is stunned. She is in a state of confusion as she hears strange sounds coming from behind, as if speaking in an unknown language. This situation is terrifying, and everyone present is trembling with fear. Father Lambert explains that this is the third stage. That is, the time after the second stage is over, when the demon completely dominates the victim. This stage also has some key signs, which reveal its power and control. Then suddenly, the lights throughout the house begin to flicker. Father Michael immediately informs everyone that Mason has regained consciousness. As everyone enters the room, they are stunned again, as Mason is speaking loudly in an unknown language. Joel goes to him and tries to comfort him. When Mason suddenly attacks him, they all rescue him together, and then they begin to discuss the situation. Father explains that when a demon completely possesses a person, only an exorcism can save them. They persuade Joel to agree to the exorcism, and Joel agrees. Father tells Joel to hold Mason close and hold him. Just then, Joel sees a scary shadow with Mason. Then Joel begins to experience delusions and hallucinations once again. Father Lambert revives him and explains, "Your greatest weapon is your faith. You must believe in yourself and in us. If you don't, this work won't succeed." Father Lambert leaves Joel outside the room and goes inside with Dr. Hawkins and Father Michael, so that the demon can't distract Joel. Joel begins to see strange and frightening things in the house again. He feels very disturbed and nervous, and he encounters a strange creature that snatches his camera. Meanwhile, during the exorcism process, Mason suddenly vomits on Father Michael. Father Michael then goes to take a bath, and Joel arranges for his clothes to dry. Just then, Dr. Meyer arrives, having come to examine Mason, because the 1-week period given to Joel had ended today. Joel tries to stop them from entering, and also explains Mason's condition. Joel says that he is with the Father. Dr. Maya realizes that Mason is undergoing an exorcism. She tries to stop him, and she tries to open the door, but no one opens it. Meanwhile, Joel gradually weakens. Dr. Maya inquires about Joel's medication, as he hasn't been taking it for a long time. During the exorcism, Father Lambert is also injured, and Father Michael's health deteriorates, and he begins vomiting blood. Father Lambert then says, "It's time to exorcise." Just then, Dr. Maya comes from Mason's room and says that no one can save him now. Father Lambert prepares to enter the room to perform the exorcism. Dr. Maya meets Joel, shows her the medication, and asks why she hasn't taken it. She then explains, saying that right now you have only one option: to save your beloved Mason. It's all a decision of your mind, and I can make everything right. You just have to do one small thing for me. Surrender yourself completely to me. Trust me and surrender yourself to me. Joel, swayed by Dr. Maya's words, surrenders himself completely to her. As he does so, Father Lambert says, "It's all over, nothing can happen now." Just then, Joel suddenly wakes up and runs to Mason's room. He is shocked to see the bed is in disarray. The sheets are rumpled, and he himself is stunned. Indeed, there was no Mason there, but Joel himself was lying on the bed. Joel searches the house for Father Lambert, Father Michael, and Dr. Hawkins, but finds no one there. This is where the film's biggest mystery is revealed. Mason was believed to be undergoing an exorcism, but in reality, he never existed. In reality, Joel was the one being subjected to the exorcism. The devil had so possessed Joel that he was unable to comprehend reality. This is why, when Father came out during the exorcism, Joel wasn't talking to him or seeing things the way he did. He was only experiencing the situation for Father Michael and Dr. Hawkins. Also, he kept asking Joel, "Are you ready for the exorcism?" Because it was about to be performed on him. Because Joel, the sculptor's art, was nearby. Everything he saw in the Creator, or Mason, was created by the demon's power. After the truth is revealed, Joel is completely devastated. Just then, Dr. Maya arrives, and it's revealed that this very Dr. Maya was the power of the demon that had possessed Joel. Furious with anger, Joel attacked Dr. Maya, but injured himself in the process. Meanwhile, Joel was slowly regaining his composure. He asks Dr. Maya about Mason, and she says that Mason will decide his own fate. Then the story shifts and shows 10 years later. Now Mason is missing his father and feeling very lonely. Just then, a girl comes and sits next to him and starts talking to him. This is where this suspenseful horror film ends. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share our channel. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video so you can see more exciting videos coming our way.